Hey guys, Scott Johnson here with Pitt Home Buyers. Hope you're having an awesome day. And today we're going to talk about another misconception that people have about home buyers. And that is, there's no guaranteed closing date. Wrong. In fact, a guaranteed closing date is one of the biggest perks of working with a home buyer. Now, when you're listing on the MLS and you're working with the real estate agent, I cannot say the exact same thing. Because when you're working with an agent, the communication isn't always there because you tell your agent, the agent tells the other agent, the agent tells them, and blah, 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 right? So closings tend to get delayed. And also because when a person's buying a property on the MLS, they're probably using financing from a bank. So the bank's got to go through all their stuff and all their hoops, and it may turn out that the bank needs more time to be able to qualify a person if they weren't pre-qualified, all right? So I get it. There's a stigma with selling your house in general and not getting a guaranteed closing date. But one thing we pride ourselves on is the fact that we can close in as little as 14 days from when we go under contract. Now, there's a couple variables that come into play here that I want to make sure you understand, all right? So the first one is, the closing attorney may not have availability, until after that date, until after 14 days. I don't know. So that's kind of a thing that we run into sometimes. Normally, we use Gregory K. James, attorney at law, on Evans Street in Greenville, and he does fantastic. So we have had very few issues with getting things scheduled with Greg. If for whatever reason he's booked, hey, that's a good problem to have as an attorney, right? We could swap to another attorney like Alan Hahn or an attorney at Colombo Kitchen, right? We've worked with all these guys in the past. So, one thing to realize is that, there may be some delays for whatever reason, but ultimately, when we say, hey, we're going to close, we're going to close. It's just a matter of, getting the date set. Now, another thing to remember is that in most cases, you can choose the closing date. I mean, right now we're talking to a client that we made an offer on their property, and they said, hey, listen, I've got to close by the 27th of May, right? It turns out this property is in probate. So this person is the executor of the estate, and they're taking care of selling all the property that the person owned when they were living. And, for whatever reason, I don't know why, the 27th is the end-all, be-all date things have to be closed, all right? So, just making sure that you understand that if you need to choose a date that's a little earlier, a little later, no big deal. Totally cool. And the real nice thing about that is that in some cases, in fact, take a look at our reviews. Was it Skip Harris? And Skip Harris, we closed on his property in, I think it was 13 days. And there was another one we closed in like 7 days. Yeah, there was another one we closed in 7 days. Anyway, take a look at our testimonial videos. That way you kind of know. When I'm doing videos, things don't really run super quick, so I apologize. Back on track, though. So if you are in foreclosure, or you got a new job and have to sell your house immediately, or someone passed away and you need to sell that house because there's a mortgage on it, and that's the last thing you need is another mortgage, we are able to close quickly, effectively, and the process is simple. Anyway, guys, I hope that clears up the misconception that there's no guaranteed closing date with a home buyer, because there sure as crap is. And I'll be the first one to testify to it. Anyway, I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, please give us a like. Also, be sure to subscribe wherever it is down here, since it flips sometimes. And, subscribe so that you're, because what we're doing is putting out this content to help educate you to make sure that you are able to make a better decision when you're selling your house in Greenville, North Carolina, Winterville, any of the areas in Pitt County, okay? Also, if you know someone who could benefit from this video, go ahead and click the share button, copy that link, and send it right on over to them. That way they can help, it'll help clear up this misconception with them as well. Thanks so much, you guys. Have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon.